Welcome to NIMS Lab. Actually, we are doing really cool and interesting stuff. It's all about trying to understand behaviors. The computers communicate with each other, which we call computer networks, and the footprints that are left on the computer by the applications and services running on that computer. So our idea of research is looking into these, what I call footprints, and try to understand how they reflect the people that are using these computers. If we can understand the behavior that we observe in these computers, then we can understand the people who are using these computers.
Most of the things we cover involve using computational intelligence in some way, applied to various network management topics. So for example, my research is in looking at encrypted network traffic and trying to classify what that network traffic is without, strictly speaking, decrypting the traffic first.
My master's thesis through my PhD thesis has been looking at kind of taking advantage or exploring users' level of trust in security mechanisms. People go into a coffee shop or an airport or a public space, and as Wi-Fi became more prevalent, people start bringing their laptops, their smartphones, what have you, and they'd be going into these places looking for internet. And they'd open up their device, they'd look at what's available, they'd see something like coffee shop Wi-Fi or airport free Wi-Fi. And there's this assumption of trust with most users.
For us in the NIMS Lab, we are working on the botnets that actually using the DNS protocol, because DNS is one of the fundamental protocols and there are less restrictions on that. The bad thing about botnet is that the client do not have any idea about what's actually going on. We should be able to trace anything in our network.
So I have my laptop, I'm sitting in this coffee shop, I have everybody else connecting to my free Wi-Fi, and I'm just relaying this information back to the internet. So what's supposed to happen in cases like that is systems should go off, alarms should ring saying someone is doing a man-in-the-middle attack, there's some extra hop here for network traffic to go through. And those systems don't work that well. Because of research like mine and others, those systems work a lot better now, and even the end client computer, so your iPhone, your Mac, whatever, your BlackBerry, they will warn you about systems like that now, but they used to allow things like that to happen.
Social hacks are in fact circumventing all the security put in place by manipulating people. What I generally do here is I look at using machine learning techniques to actually learn a network.
So when we did the red versus blue team simulation, we had two teams. On the attackers team, we developed a plan for doing recon on the network first, in which we gathered information on the network and how it was configured. Simulations like this really give you insight into how these sorts of events occur actually in the real world, because there really are attackers out there attacking networks, and there are people working very hard to secure the networks as well. And so by simulating these in a controlled environment, we can gain a lot of insight into both how the attackers perform their attacks and how the defenders try to lock things down.
As attacks evolve, you really need your systems to evolve. And that's really what's going on here at NIMS Lab, is people are developing systems or different ways of doing things that actually learn. Here, this is a nice mixture between network security and machine learning to build adapting systems or adapting protocols and whatnot that can grow, keep up to date with technology.